So here, Alexa, for Rebel News, we are Tuesday, the 26th of April, and we are currently in Montreal at the Hotel Doubletree because Leslyn Lewis, one of the candidates for the race of the Conservative Party leader, are here today for meeting her supporter and as well to do a speech. So we'll take the opportunity to talk with some of them and as well to ask some questions to Leslyn Lewis also. So keep following us.
And I did that by being a bridge builder. I believe that the next conservative leader will have to build bridges. We will have to heal this nation. We will have to restore faith in government. So many people have lost trust in our government. When we saw what happened with the truckers, irrespective of where you stand on the issue, we had Canadians who reached out to their members of parliament, who reached out to their councillors, and they weren't getting answers. And then they came to Ottawa to hear from the people whom they elected, irrespective of where you stand on this situation, on this issue. That is how a democracy should work. And we lost a very good opportunity by not reaching out and hearing from Canadians what was on their hearts. We need to restore faith in our democracy. We also need to restore faith in our media. Because when the media is operating like an arm of the government, it tells you that our democracy is in peril. This is how totalitarian regimes operate, with the media as an arm of the government.
Aujourd'hui, je m'intéresse à savoir qu'est-ce que les gens voient en Leslyn Lewis qu'ils ne voient pas dans les autres leaders qui se présentent à la chefferie du Parti conservateur.
Je pense qu'elle l'a dit un peu aujourd'hui dans sa prestation, comme quoi qu'elle ne se considère pas une politicienne en tant que telle, elle se considère comme une citoyenne qui a à cœur des valeurs conservatrices pour notre pays et nous expliquer un peu son inquiétude en voyant la façon que le Canada se dirige vers un État plus ou moins totalitaire. Elle a à cœur vraiment de défendre les valeurs du Canada et qu'on revienne vraiment dans une situation où que notre souveraineté est protégée en tant que Canadiens puis Québécois aussi.
I think the readiness to answer any question. I went for Pierre Poilievre, and everybody could ask a question only for a second. While here, I think she's very real, not a born politician. Maybe, well, she's but I'm impressed. I'm very happy I was here.
Je veux dire que Leslyn Lewis, c'est une candidate qui, à mon sens, est probablement parmi les plus intègres, puis je dirais même toute famille politique confondue. Quand elle s'est exprimée tout à l'heure, en tout cas, on a vraiment l'impression de comment dire, qu'elle dit vraiment ce qu'elle pense. Et j'ai comme l'impression que ça, en politique aujourd'hui, on a souvent l'impression qu'il y a des games qui se jouent, qu'il y a certains politiciens qui disent certaines choses en espérant parler à certaines, certains pans de l'électorat ou qui s'adressent à chaque ligne de leur discours est comme, on va dire, cadré, cherche à convaincre un groupe, un autre ensuite, etc. Et que c'est comme une espèce de succession de discours publicitaires. Honnêtement, ce soir, vous pourriez prendre son discours, essayer de voir à qui elle s'est adressée de ligne en ligne et vous ne seriez pas nécessairement capable de le faire parce que c'est un discours qui est organique, c'est un discours qui s'adresse à tout le monde. Puis voilà, en fait, c'est une personnalité intéressante à entendre parler.
Ce que moi je vois, elle est quelqu'un qui est présente. Elle est présente et elle sait exactement ce que la population a besoin. Donc c'est vraiment quelqu'un comme ça qu'on a besoin pour nous représenter.
First of all, about the journalist license that Mr. Trudeau wants to create to give to media, I was wondering, are you agreeing with it or are you against it?
I'm very concerned when government delves into the area of media because I believe that they should be two separate institutions. I'm concerned about Bill C-11 and the encroachment of governmental powers on the media. The media needs to be independent in order to get out the message to the people. And when governments pull the string, then that message is tainted and it affects our democratic rights. So no, I don't agree with it.
And we know that Pierre Poilievre wants to defund CBC, but it's not really for defending the French CBC side, so the Radio-Canada. What is your opinion about it, and are you for going to defend as well CBC?
Well, I think CBC should return to more like a public broadcasting system where they raise money, people subscribe, and they do some good work. And in the rural areas, I've spoken to people that they say that's all we have. If you defund, we'll have nothing. And so that's worth considering in areas where they do well, such as the rural areas and Radio-Canada. That's considered worth being paid for. But in areas like in the urban centers and where people are online and getting their news from alternative sources, I don't think that's a good use of our resources.
And do you think that the federal should do some funding for project that it's reserved to the province? So example, right now in Quebec, they want to create a tramway, but they want that the federal government pay 40% of the bill.
What do they want to create?
They want to that the government of Canada pay 40% of the bill of the tramway of Quebec. Okay. Are you for that the federal government is involved in funding project of the province?
Well, the federal government generally funds the projects of the governments through transfer payments. So I think that once the transfer payments are fair between the different provinces, and that those provinces can use those funds to enhance their communities, their local provinces in ways that meet those regional needs.
Should that being a tool for the election? I don't know if you remember, but Renault was promises to pay 40% of the Quebec tunnel, like third link. Do you think that it should be like a tool for the election?
Well, I think that your election promises should be based on what is good for the entire nation. And if that's a need that's needed here, as I said, it should be funded through transfer payments. And if Ontario has a different need, then perhaps you could look at that too. But your policy should be to enhance the entire nation, not catering specifically to one group or the other.
And my last question is about, I heard you about the digital identity. We know that in 2018, Mr. Trudeau accepted to be one of the pilot project for the KDT High with the World Economic Forum and Accenture that he want to start.
And I believe Air Canada too.
Yeah, Air Canada, and as well like the airport of Montreal, airport of Toronto. Do you think that we should go further on this, or we should ban?
I think we should stop, because the population, the public, citizens have not received full disclosure on what this entails. Digital currency has a lot of unknowns, and people have questions, and those questions deserve to be answered before our government ushers us down a certain path.
So the election for the Conservative Party leadership will be on the 10th of September, but you have until the 3rd of June for being a member of one of the leader. So if you want to see everything about the coverage of the race of the leadership Conservative Party, you can do so at leadershipreport.ca. Thank you. If you want to see everything about the race of the leadership of the Conservative Party, you can do so at leadershipreport.ca, and on this website you can as well donate generously for our coverage. Thank you.